massive bookshelf behind me.
I need to get the wall plugged, but once I do that, it is going to be green screen time. But in our current match, we have two Protoss players locked in a severe battle for €100. They have been playing for near 5 hours. It had all accumulated up to this point in the day. In the upper right-hand corner of our screen, he has made a huge comeback in this series from the team Alien Invasion. It is ReaL. A real.
And his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner, spawning as the red Protoss. He is the one and only Soup.
I can't believe I botched that. It was so pro, so epic.
You put so much effort into it, so it all come crumbling and crashing down at the end.
Screw it up.
Yeah,
oh well.
Probably should leave.
In the grand scheme of things, it's not that important. But you know, every time I see ReaL play in a tournament now, I will be reminded of this very day.
If you ever meet him, you're like, "Hey, ReaL," he'd be like,
I'd be like, "Who are you? Why are you saying my name? Oh, you're the guy who said my name wrong."
Excuse the French as well, my bad.
But this would be a huge win for ReaL. I mean, we haven't really heard a whole lot of noise from him in the scene recently, but you know, €100 no small joke. That's a whole lot of beer, a whole lot of tacos, and a whole lot of satisfaction from the fact that you dominated the rest of the field.
Here's a question, right? Here is a world question. Why when people swear it says excuse the French? Were the French just really aggressive and like abusive? Or like, why do we say excuse the French?
I think that's part of it. I think perhaps the French have more of an inclination to use swear words in their natural speaking. Perhaps. I don't know a whole lot about the French culture. I did see a slideshow at Disney World one time. At Epcot.
Sick.
So
you're like a professor at it now.
Yeah,
you should write on your credentials. Seriously, on like a resume, just like watch slideshow.
Yes, all of my ex-girlfriends were very into French stuff. So I mean, I never really, you know, I'm not a very good listener, so I probably didn't hear as much as I should have about it. But regardless, I am not too keen on the French. I'm more of a German descent here, Baldy. So German Slavic stuff.
As in you're of that descent, or you are inclined to those types of people?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know anything about European culture.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
I just know. I watched a video in German YouTube. Yeah, that's a sticky situation there for Sue because the stalker is just going to pelt him to death. We'll take the shields down on this pylon just a bit, but it will all be in vain.
Bye-bye.
Peace to the underworld. Okay, Stargate. Whoa.
Yeah, girl.
There's your build, Baldy. This must be his go-to build, man.
I'm awake now. This is Kane.
So, what did he do last time with this Stargate play? What was the objective of his build there?
Well, I mean, in this matchup, there's a few. I mean, you go straight Phoenix. Void Rays don't really come into play here. But with the Phoenix, I mean, when you can harass the mineral line, you would want to do that, and you can pull up probes and everything. But also in kind of direct engagements, I've seen a couple of games where being able to lift up Immortals and key units like that, ooh, nice force field, does actually trap. Look at that dance. And I've seen, like lift ups being really valuable. But the one thing about this kind of Phoenix play is that it relies on the energy. So, you know, you are more vulnerable to ground attacks until you can get a decent amount of Phoenixes out on the field. But, you know, I like it because it's that map presence and you get to assert the dominance on the map.
And Sue is opting for an expansion here. But once again, I feel like he hasn't really gotten a whole lot of scouting done. We did see him not scout at all in the Ohana game, I believe. But this Stargate may come as a bit of a surprise to him. We haven't seen any Phoenix play in the series yet. And, wow, there's that little, like, projector thing at the bottom of the ramp at Sue's base there had a Phoenix. Oh, there again. Is that a Phoenix or is that the heart of the swarm? Wow, okay. So there's units there. That's all I'm trying to say. But Sue now actually does see the Phoenixes out on the map, and ReaL is going to opt to move out immediately with all of his units, and Nexus being built as well here too. So, Baldy, we have the potential to move into some type of macro game. That's a little unheard of.
Dude, that is so sick. It's like there was a Zergling,
Yeah.
and then there was the has StarCraft.
I've preoccupied you now, yeah, man.
I wanna go back to some really like the first StarCraft games and seeing if they have that Tempest look on it, because that is definitely a Tempest.
Yes, that's what I meant to say.
And if that Tempest was there the whole time we're in StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty and we didn't pick up on it, I'll lose my shit.
It could be super meta.
Oh, these Phoenix, they gotta be careful. Oh, he's trapped. Nice,
Two
getting rid of the
sentries go
sentry.
Not losing a Phoenix either.
This is what I'm talking about. So he'll just duck out, get his energy back, and then juke back in. Did see him actually taking out the probes on the gas, because it is the easiest to forget to put on workers back or harvesters back onto any gas when they are lost, but looks like Sue's not going to be in any kind of dramas there. Still got 3 on both, and chroning out that blink play, so instead of ReaL being the one playing the blink play, looks like Sue's going to be it.
Yep, and the blink will shut down the Phoenix once they do come out, but I think ReaL has completely taken an advantage in this game. Of course, Sue's Nexus did go up slightly quicker, but it hasn't been saturated. ReaL's Nexus has been saturated for a good amount of time here. The Phoenix are doing their job pretty completely. In fact, if we look at the probe count here, 28 to 35 probes have done enough to distract Sue from making constant probes in this game. The Observer, of course, does have a scout out on where exactly ReaL's army is, but I don't know if Sue is going to want to move out here. He's going to just have to defend here from this position. But the Phoenix, we'll see if what they decide to actually pick up, because that's going to be pretty important here.
Yeah, in any kind of direct engagement, I'd love to see the Immortal picked up, but they might also just come back to the main and pick up some units here and there, be a little bit sneaky, force the positioning. Yeah, there we go, really nice. Forcing Sue to come back into his main and allowing ReaL to get a good position. If he can force field that ramp, all of the units, he's going to get down this next.
That's
really
never going to stop Baldy. That force fielding will be consistent. And, I mean, it felt like Sue knew that was going to happen. He had the Observer over the army. He knew the Phoenix had the potential to come back in there. If he had just sent a couple of Stalkers back there, maybe he would have been able to defend against that. But as it is, ReaL's got a huge advantage.
Is he going to pick up the Immortal? Doesn't even need to.
No,
He's just got so much.
The blink will come into play, though.
Yeah, I was going to say no blink before ReaL. Phoenixes do have a decent amount of energy on them. Needs to be careful. That blink under could get him.
Yeah, and this could very well be the final engagement. I mean, Sue is on the back foot here. He's on the ropes. He's on the force field, to be completely frank. The Nexus is mining away here freely. For ReaL, he's adding on a robotics facility back at home. He's got a really nice soft contain on Sue. He can go home, he can stay, he can do whatever he wants at this point, because the only thing that Sue really has working for him is that blink.
Oh, force field on the ramp could get, almost, because they could get half of them, split them up. But it wouldn't really matter anyway, because he does have blink. No, though. Realize that. Get excited over some like clutch force field that just like he's split away from.
The lifts are going down on Stalkers. There are no force fields available for Sue to block his ramp. ReaL has content with just keeping this Phoenix there for vision, but okay, will he actually back up now? No, warping in more units.
Yeah, one thing that ReaL does not want to do is overextend. He does have a nice amount of zealots, so he's getting quite a bit of the shields off. Now, looking at the upgrades, neither of them have anything, so that's all fine. But yeah, like we were saying, we have the Nexus up and mining comfortably for ReaL. He's getting his own Immortals out, and you know, once that first Immortal joins in with the fun and games, you know, it's going to be kind of hard for Sue to do anything.
It's going to be devastating, because this is not a good position for Sue. He's got to, you know, he's forced between saving up 400 minerals for his Nexus or making more units. And right now, he's just forced to make more units over and over again. And these bad engagements here from the ramp, these like, not that they're bad engagements from his point, but just he's forced to engage from here. And this is really putting Sue in a bad position, ReaL really dictating the pace of each engagement, and it's giving him huge advantages, making things swing largely into his favor at this point now. The army supply is even larger for ReaL, and those force fields are so devastating, Baldy.
I mean, it does put one stalk on the low ground, just trying to see for vision, but Yeah, so at a point, like, if he blinks in, he has to kill that army. And with this Immortal about to... Is that Immortal? Did that Immortal move across the map? Is it like... Oh, no, it's back home. So he's just got a really nice solid defense at home. I do like that.
Yep, just in the event that some Stalkers do come down. But here we go. Su is going to move down onto low ground. Got a decent concave here, but the Zealots are now quick approaching those Stalkers who have just blinked back. A lot of units. Guardian Shield for real as well. And, man, even more units are going down here. Looking at the units kill station, 23 units killed in total for real to the 28 of Su. 8 workers killed is a pretty big difference, though. And looking at the probe count now, 41 to 28. This could be it. ReaL or Su's last chance to really bust through and break this contain. I think he might be able to do it here, Baldy.
Yeah, 24 Stalkers is a significant amount for Su. He will be able to stop this up, but again, at what cost? The fact that this expansion's been up for so long, it's kind of ridiculous. You look at the income rate, it's like 800 versus 1300 or so. And yeah, although Su's now going to be moving across the map, again, it feels like a situation where, like the first game, where Su lost his expansion and he's going to just go all in with it.
That's precisely
and
what
he
this
didn't,
feels like.
Yeah, he did end up winning that first game, surprisingly, somehow. But, I mean, 4 Immortals at home with the fifth one on the way that will hit before this engagement. Like, 5 Immortals. This is pure Stalkers, and even though he has Blink, even if he blinks onto the Immortals, that's so much firepower.
Yep, and Baldy, the big difference here between this and the first game is that Su doesn't have the force fields that he once had before. So he's not going to be able to partition out the army. He's going to have to engage the Immortals head on. The one thing here for ReaL is that he has to spread at the top of the ramp, but he is being spotted by this observer. He has no observer to his name to actually scout this out. So as long as Su has the vision, he's not putting a Nexus up. He's just going to engage. He's going to go for it. Here is the crashing point, Baldy.
Yeah, this is all or nothing. Let's focus fire. Gets 1 Immortal down. Gets a second down. These Immortals doing all the damage that they can, but there's just so many Stalkers. But now if we look at the units, it's 10 versus 10. These Immortals still up. He's even dancing. We do have a GG going down from Su, and ReaL takes out the game and the series 3-2. What a comeback.